Crack a brew. And smoke a few. So what's up, fam? How have you been, man? I miss you. It's been a while, you know?
It has been a while. I don't even remember the last time I saw you. I can't think, nor do I want to think.
Yeah, I know.
It's been good. I just been busy working.
Huh. So welcome to your very first episode of Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few. Introduce yourself. Tell the people a little about yourself.
Hi, my name is Tyler. I'm transgender. I'm going to be 27 in February. I work at Walmart. I have been drumming for, 21 years. Planning to go back to my mixed martial arts and continue for my black belt. That's basically it about me.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. I'm glad. You're my second guest on this podcast. You know that, right? So that's some historical stuff right
really?
there. Yeah, you're my second guest I've had on here. So that is awesome. Thank you for coming on, by the way. So, it is Christmas, as you could tell by our friend here, our guest.
Christmas?
Yes, it is Christmas time. So, with that being said, I wanted to ask you, what's the worst Christmas you've ever had?
I don't think I've really ever had one, not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, I could tell you a bad Christmas that I've had. It's pretty funny. So one year, I asked for...
The only thing worse I can say about Christmas is when Tara came over and we were supposed to make tamales, but that never happened because my dad spoiled the meat, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh, man. Dad. That's funny.
Yeah, my mom was so pissed because we came back from the store and she was like, "Why is it cooking? It's not supposed to cook. You're supposed to cook it in the..." And he goes, "Oh, no." That was something else on that one.
How funny. But yeah.
That was a time I'll never forget. And then, yeah.
Sorry. We keep cutting each other off. My bad. But the worst Christmas I ever had was I asked for a Nintendo Wii, right? And so my uncle ended up just buying me the controller and a game, not the system. So on Christmas, I'm opening my gifts and I'm like, "Where's the Wii?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't get it for you." I was like, "How do you expect me to play this game?" I'm just looking at the box of the game and the controller like, man, this sure would be fun to play, you know?
If you had the system.
Yeah. But speaking of systems, I heard you just got a new system. Why don't you tell us about that?
So originally I was going to get the PS4 for Black Friday. Either my mom was going to take me to get it or I was going to get it at work. I didn't know that at work you could shop Black Friday, but you completely had to be on break or actually completely on lunch, clocked out, and then you could go get it. But I didn't know that until after Black Friday was down. So I was like, really, I wish they would have said that more, but I think they got us more gear for helping the store out with Black Friday than shopping it per se. And they were kind of pointing "Oh, buy it online the day before," but I was like, crap, I'm broke until we get paid. Well, anyway, so then we made the mistake of, I thought we were out, so I was like, great, I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna have to get up early the next day, drive to Sam's Club and buy it. But then what happened was someone from the morning shift, I guess apparently that worked that night, didn't communicate very well to any of us, and I didn't realize we still had more pool tickets. So until I had to get with Michael from electronics and we had to go discover this, how many more PS4s do we have and how many of all the other systems and devices we're selling we have. And what happened was we ended up, since we had more than we thought, we reopened them online because I thought we completely sold out. But because of that big mistake, that's how I ended up the next day just buying my PS4. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to buy it. not like I have to buy any presents for my siblings since they don't talk to us. So I was like, you know what? Since my mom and them are buying what they kind of want for Christmas, I'm just gonna buy what I want.
That is awesome. Yeah, it's been a while since I remember you told me you were gonna get one, and then I could hardly believe it when you told me you
Yep, and
finally got one.
the three games it came with was Horizon, Last of Us, and God of Wars.
Oh, nice. So which game have you played all of them yet, or?
No, I've been stuck playing Destiny's 2 for some odd reason. For some reason, I got into that one a little more than anything.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I haven't played that game in a
I
while.
do have Horizon.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's what's up.
I have Horizon just sitting on my PS4, but I've been into Destiny's 2 though.
Yeah, Destiny is definitely a fun game. I haven't played it in a while just because I'm the type of person that's all over the place with things. I'm passionate about everything. I get just so like I wouldn't say bored, but it's like more like, man, I've been doing this like for 2 or 3 weeks already playing video games. I need to make music, or it's always like that with me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I totally but yeah, I had a clan and I totally left it, but maybe if I think Anthony's still in that clan. It was called the Purple Dragons, and maybe I might rejoin, or maybe I'll remake a new clan, and I'll definitely help you out with the story and stuff. Destiny's definitely fun.
Okay, yeah, I got like 17. I think I got like 17% complete on it, or if last I checked.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I can't wait because we could go on so many adventures, playing games, and I think we might be able to live stream it, and we could probably record a podcast that way too. Maybe that might be an idea.
Oh, that'd be awesome to try that.
Yeah,
Right.
I think there's like a $40 camera if you want to that you can plug into the USB part of your PlayStation, and then when you're live streaming, it'll show your face. So that's pretty cool. I'm
I'll,
thinking about getting one.
I'll have to look at work, or if you come through my work, I could probably help you with the discount from that.
Okay, for sure. That'd be dope. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, cause I go through Michael from electronics because he knows about all that stuff. Cause he has PS4 and he's like super into it, so he would know exactly like what to get and all that.
Oh, hell yeah. Usually every show, I always do a weed strain, or like, I smoked before the show, but usually I give like a rating, I guess you would say. So I had smoked the free joint that I got from my weed man, and it's pretty good. I don't, to be honest, actually, if I'm honest with myself, I don't even feel like I'm high, so I don't know if I could say that it's that good. But usually free joints aren't, so I would have
affected you in any way.
Yeah. So I would give it like probably 3 stars because I feel like at least I'm able to concentrate on stuff that I have planned. I wrote some show notes out, so yeah, man. And if you're watching the video version, you could see that I did bring an iPad in. Maybe I might do that, but if I don't have a guest on, I might just look at the screen the whole time I'm recording, so I don't know. But
Oh, okay.
what's the best Christmas you've ever had? Oh, crap. Look at your iPod. Or your iPad. I call it an iPod. But yeah, we talked about the worst Christmas.
I've had this like 2-3 years.
Oh, yeah? That's what's up. You're big on the technology, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty big on it when it comes to it.
So what's the best Christmas you've ever had? We already talked about our worst Christmases. Do you have a memorable moment that you cherish, that you had a good Christmas?
I think the best, well, there's kind of two. The first one was, okay, about a couple years ago, my dad fell and hurt his knee and broke his femur in his arm. So, off a makeshift shuffle from work, and then I guess like it was like right after Christmas, or right around Christmas time, because their anniversary is like on the 30th. They get a check, and then my dad was blubbering like, oh, like no, I can't believe I'm getting this on our anniversary. So then he comes into the room where my mom and I are talking. I don't even remember what we were doing, and he goes, "Look what came in the mail, my settlement money from the workman's comp and the accident." And I'm like, "Oh crud, that's cool." So he split that down, gave my mom half, gave my mom some, and then he had a little extra, and he threw me some my way because he's like, he did help take care of me and all that time.
Okay. So you guys
But
got
that was the
some
first
extra
one.
money. Okay. I'm sad. That's sad to hear about your dad that happened to him. But I guess you guys got some money for that.
Mhm.
So you guys had a good Christmas. That's good though. Um, you want to
Yeah,
share your other
there's
one?
another one to that too.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my other one was last year when I ended up adopting this whole new computer, cause I was telling my mom I've been wanting one, I've been really wanting like an official system, and plus my mom's been talking about it too with me. She was like, if anyone's gonna have a decent computer in this house, it exactly is gonna be you. And so I went to work. And my mom's like, call me when you know the price of it. I called her up. I didn't think she was gonna answer because there's been times where she really doesn't answer on the first try. So I was like, ah, she don't answer now. I'll just wait till lunch. Well, no, she answered, and I happened to be early to work, so I told her the price, and then she just give me 1 second. I go, okay. She goes, 1 second's over. I'm done. And I go, what'd you do? She goes, oh, I dumped the money on your card. Go ahead and just buy your computer today.
Oh wow, that is awesome. So like, what do you do on your computer? Is it just for?
I do watch like movies on here. I stream stuff, or I play War Warships with one of my ex boyfriends, or a good friend of mine now. We play that, or him and I have been skyping and coming up on ideas for things.
That's what's up.
So that's basically what I do. I I do War Warships with a good friend of mine that I met from a group that we mutually go to. What else do I do on it? And video chat friends, stream on it, watch YouTube.
So you got your own like workstation right there. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's the dope part.
Um, okay. So I don't know what in your household. Do you guys use fake trees or real trees?
This year, because normally we use like a fake tree that's already pre-lit and stuff, but because the circumstance of this year we're going through where we're gonna start putting this type of like wood, almost like a wood floor, but it's quite not. We're gonna be putting that in after the new year comes around. So we're using a small like actual real tree that we're gonna plant later on.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, my uncle just bought like 5 trees for the house. Real trees. So we have like 5 different trees all around the house. It's crazy. It looks like a forest in my house.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Everyone has their own traditions.
Yep. Speaking of traditions, well, that's a good segue. So we should probably jump into famous traditions they have for Christmas. You said before we got on the show you have like a beer or something? Oh, dang. What are you sipping tonight?
Today I have some Mandolos. It's beer. It's what I found in the house, but it'll work.
Heck yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a tradition of the show, so I definitely want to try to keep up tradition. And I don't like to force people if they don't smoke. So that's
Uh
why I
huh.
gave an option of a brew. You can have an alcohol beverage or tea, coffee.
Mhm.
Um, but now that the list is up for the 20 best Christmas traditions, I would like to read them to you. So one is look at Christmas lights. Apparently, a lot of people drive around in their car in the neighborhood, and they drive around and look at the houses. And number 2 is have a secret Santa gift exchange. I know at my work they have a game they play at the casino when we have our Christmas party. It's called Secret Santa, and we all bring like alcohol, like $20 gift alcohols, um, and we play a game for them or something like that. So the third one is buy an elf on the shelf. And have you ever heard of shelf on an elf on the shelf? Sorry.
Yeah, I hear that a lot at work. I get like one customer almost a day asking for that.
Do you know what it's about though? Like have like do you know the story behind it or
Um, Not really.
do you know why people use them or no? No? Okay. So what parents do is they buy this elf where they put it on a shelf in their house and they tell the kids that be good because this elf is watching and if you misbehave he's going to tell Santa. And so they basically put it all around their house and it and it's yeah, always watching them so kids are on their best behavior. So that's pretty interesting. Four is picking out Christmas trees. So we did talk about, real or fake trees. So I guess that's like obviously it would be a tradition, but I don't know if I would consider it tradition. I mean, wouldn't it be like a requirement? Well, no, it's a tradition, I guess. Okay. So that's cool though. I mean, I don't really find that a fun tradition sometimes. So number five, making a gingerbread house. Have you ever made one of those before?
A few years back, yeah, we made one with a bunch of my nephews. They came over and we brought stuff, and that was fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't think I've ever made one. They're fun to eat though. Um, count down with an advent calendar. I've only seen that in a movie. I've never done that. Um, Number seven is listen to classic Christmas music. Oh, that's a tradition for me.
Oh yeah, that.
And then number eight, I guess, is plan a cookie exchange. And number nine is it says get your craft on. I guess Christmas has become so commercial, it's easy to forget the real reason for the season. This year, try DIYing almost everything. Start with the festive decor. Then take on your ornaments. Next up are Christmas cards and, of course, a welcoming wreath. You could even give a homemade present for some truly thoughtful gifts. Everything you make will be extra special, and you'll save some money in the process. Number 10 says, watch quintessential Christmas movies. That's always been my number one tradition with Camry. My cousin Camry, we always watch Christmas movies. We get a stack of them, and like Christmas Eve and Christmas, we just watch them all.
Oh yeah, that's a good one to watch Christmas movies. My boss asked that the other day if we've watched any Christmas movies.
Yeah. Um, I'm I always have a tradition as well where I buy a Christmas movie and a Christmas album on iTunes. I do that like every Christmas just to add to my collection
Mhm.
because I don't have any more physical DVDs except for like my Harry Potter ones.
It's all
But
digital now.
I wish when I read this list, yeah, and I actually prefer it digitally because I feel like it saves you a lot of room, but at the same time, you still have to pay for storage if you run out on your iPad. So, but at least your room, I guess, is not so cluttered and makes moving
It
easier. I guess
does.
because you don't have. That's just one more thing you don't have to pack up.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say that I wish that I would have clicked on it before reading the list because there was like a whole bunch of stuff I could have read. But I think we touched on it, so I mean, we got through that segment pretty fast. Um, Another segment that I do on the show um, is I don't know if you ever got high before, but we kind of tell like our high history, like the first time you got high. If you don't have one of those, maybe you have a drunk story or something, or maybe any story that you want to share.
No, I have a high story.
Okay, go for it.
Good. My high story is so interesting, man.
I would love to hear it. Let's do it.
Oh my god, you're gonna laugh at this, but okay, so it was around the time my dad started being a security for a dispensary over in Highland off of Victoria and Palms, and he brought these edibles because every time like a delivery guy would come, the delivery guy would hook him up with like a little free sample or free bags of them. So he brought me the little gummy bear edibles, and I guess, or no, it was chocolate. It was chocolate, and I ate more than I should have. And I regret it to this day because, mind you, I was home alone until my friend Tara came over. And when Tara came over, I'm glad Tara was here, and knowing Tara's a CNA, so she knew the basic, like, CPR and stuff. Because, man, when I ate that, that got me so sick, man.
Dang.
I couldn't tell if it was my sickness or if it was the weed that was affecting me. But, man, I was, like, I couldn't, like, feel my hands. I couldn't just function, man, like I usually do when I get my sickness. And then Tara's like, go lay down and take a nap. She's like, I'll just finish the dishes for you. There's only a little bit left. So I took a nap, and even then I just didn't want to get up. I didn't want to move or do nothing. Like, I was just lazy all day. Just, like, had me so lazy. But I couldn't tell if it was that or if I was getting sick. And I was like, am I getting sick or am I just, like, really tripping on it? And I was like, I told Tara, I go, man, maybe I'm glad I did ask you to come over for the day. Because, mind you, my mom works in Ontario. At that time, my dad's way over there. So I'm like, there's no way they can come and save me. So I'm like, yeah, maybe it was smart I had you here, Tara.
Dang.
But it was like, I was just tripping, though. Like, I couldn't do nothing. We were going to go to our group that day, but we were just like, forget it.
Dang.
I was just tripping, though. And then we both just fell asleep and then woke up and we're like, oh crap, we gotta have dinner cooked. Mom's coming home and all this. And I'm like, oh shoot. So we hurry up, go cook it. And I'm like, I hope my mom likes this because I didn't do as good as I usually do with it. What did I make that day? Oh, I think I made some spaghetti or something easy.
That is crazy.
But it was like, I was tripping on that one.
At least you
I
had,
was just, like, really tripping. That was like,
yeah, at least you had a friend with you, though. You know what I mean? Because that's whenever you're doing something for the first time, especially, it's always good to have someone there that you know that you could trust who will help calm you down and stuff.
exactly. And I was glad it was Tara because she had just, like, a few weeks before that just renewed her CPR card, and she'd been through CNA school, so she knew, like, the basics.
Yeah, that's
and
what's
stuff.
up. So, I have one more question, Christmas related. What is your favorite thing about Christmas?
I think overall it's just being able to spend time with family and appreciating all that we've done for the year and just that we get to be together and that we're alive and healthy at the end of it all.
Yeah, hell yeah. My favorite thing about Christmas is probably the same thing, just hanging out with your family, you know, and being grateful that they're still around, and that's the best gift, you know, that they're still here. Definitely. Let's see. So, do you know why Christmas Day is on the 25th?
Not really.
All right. I will enlighten you, because I got a whole page article I can read to you.
Go for it.
Christmas is celebrated to remember the birth of Jesus Christ, who Christians believe is the Son of God. The name Christmas comes from the Mass of Christ, or Jesus, a Mass service which is sometimes called communion, is where Christians remember that Jesus died for us and came back to life. The Christ Mass service was the only one that was allowed to take place after sunset and before sunrise the next day. So people had it at midnight. So we get the name Christ Mass, or Christ Mass, shortened as to Christmas. Christmas is now celebrated by people around the world, whether they are Christians or not. It's a time when family and friends come together and remember the good things they have. People, and especially children, also like Christmas, as it's time when you give and receive presents. The date of Christmas. No one knows the real birthday of Jesus. No date is given in the Bible. So why do we celebrate it on the 25th of December? The early Christians certainly had many arguments as to when it should be celebrated. Also, the birth of Jesus probably didn't happen in the year 1, but slightly earlier. somewhere between 2 BCE slash BC and 7 BCE slash BC, possibly in the 4 BCE slash BC. There isn't a zero. The years go from 1 BC slash BCE to 1. The first record date of Christmas being celebrated on the 25th was in 336, during the time of the Roman Emperor Constantine. He was the first Christian Roman emperor, but it was not an official Roman state festival at this time. However, there are many different traditions and theories as to why Christmas is celebrated on December 25th. A very early Christmas tradition said that the day when Mary was told that she would have a very special baby, Jesus called the Nation, was on the 25th, and it's still celebrated today on the 25th of March. 9 months after the 25th, March is the 25th December. March 25th was also the day some early Christians thought the world had been made, and also the day that Jesus died on when he was an adult. The date of March 25th was chosen because people had calculated that that was the day on which Jesus died as an adult, the 14th of Nisan, in the Jewish calendar, and they thought that Jesus was born and had died on the same day of the year. So I realize this article is really long, but you get the gist of why. That was just a little brief, why we celebrate Christmas on the 25th. I don't know. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff, right?
Right.
Crazy. All right. So here's 10 crazy, amazing, well, not crazy. I added that word for some reason. 10 amazing Christmas facts. You ready for them?
Yep, bring it on.
All right. Here we go. Fun Christmas facts. 1, Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells was written for Thanksgiving, not Christmas. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Why would that be written for Thanksgiving? That's crazy. The song was written in 1857 by James Lord Pierpont and published under the title One Horse Open Sleigh. It was supposed to be played in the composer's Sunday school class during Thanksgiving as a way to commemorate the famed Medford sleigh races. Jingle Bells was also the first song to be broadcast from space. What the?
Whoa.
That's interesting. All right, you ready for number 2? Rudolph's red nose. Rudolph's red nose is probably the result of a parasitic infection of his respiratory system. Wow. According to Roger Hayfield, the author of the book, The Physics of Christmas, From the Aerodynamics of Reindeer to the Thermodynamics of Turkey. Wow, I can't believe I read that. The world's most famous reindeer has a red nose due to a parasite. However, Rudolph's relationship with his parasite is symbiotic after the red nose illuminates the path through the winter night for the whole reindeer team. That's pretty interesting stuff. Number 3. In the Netherlands, Sinterklaas, the Dutch version of Santa Claus, arrives from Spain, not from the North Pole. Wow. This whole time, we thought it was the North Pole.
Wow.
And that's not the only weird thing about the Dutch Christmas. Sinterklaas has his little helpers, but they are not adorable, hard-working elves. They are black-faced boys and girls. What the? Who can steal your kids if they misbehave and bring them back to Spain, which is, according to the Dutch, a severe punishment. We lived in Spain, that'd be crazy. We'd probably have nightmares growing up as kids. Can you imagine? Just like, wow. I wouldn't go to sleep. And then you figure out that Santa wasn't real. All right, number 4. In Germany, Poland, and Ukraine, finding a spider or a spider's web on a Christmas tree is believed to be a harbinger of good luck. I hope I pronounced that right. According to one legend, a spider wove a blanket for baby Jesus. According to the other, a spider web on the Christmas tree turned silver and gold once the sunlight touched it. One way or another, decorating a Christmas tree with artificial spiders and spider webs was inevitably bring you luck and prosperity. So, wow. That's crazy. So that's why we decorate our tree, I guess. Number 5, stretches time like a rubber band in order to deliver all the gifts in one night. According to the United Nations Children's Fund, there are 2,106 million children under age 18 in the world. If we assume that each household has, in average, 2.5 children, Santa would have to make 842 million stops on Christmas Eve, traveling 221 million miles. Given the different time zones, Santa has 36 hours to deliver gifts. Therefore, his average speed would be approximately 650 miles per second. It is less than the speed of light. Therefore, it's theoretically doable, but still quite hard for a chubby old man, Larry Silverberg, a professor of mechanical and aerospace engineering at North Carolina State University, suggests that Santa uses relativity clouds to get the work done. Relativity clouds, based on relative physics, allow Santa to stretch time like a rubber band, which give him months to deliver gifts, while only a few minutes to pass for the rest of us. Wow. Yeah, so that's crazy. When did you realize Santa wasn't real? Like, you stopped believing?
Probably by the time I got to like middle school. It was about the time I stopped.
When did you realize, like, this is BS?
Probably about 6th grade.
But, like, when did you, like, have that thought? Like, what made you be like, yeah, this is BS, this ain't right? Like, did you have, like, a thought, like, I don't know, maybe you saw your parents, like, putting the presents under the tree, or you just, like, someone, like, one of your friends told you, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I saw my parents. I think I got up to the bathroom and I saw them.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think when I was younger, I was with my cousins, my step cousins actually, and we were going to Toys R Us, and I could remember we bought this is back, of course, when Toys R Us is around. Apparently they're not anymore, except for I did hear on the news that they opened one in a mall, so that doesn't have its own store, but it's part of a mall. So that'd be interesting if that's how Toys R Us goes forward with all their stores.
That'd be interesting.
But yeah, we were at Toys R Us, and we got a whole bunch of Christmas presents, and I remember my uncle and my, I guess, I don't know, step-aunt at the time, I don't know, they were asking me, what do you want for Christmas? And I was picking things out, and supposedly when I wasn't looking, they were grabbing those items and putting them in the cart. And I didn't really know that at the time. I didn't think anything of it. They tried to say that they were going to give them to my cousins, like Josh and all them, and I was just like, oh, man. So that made me very jealous. But then I remember we were all in one room on like Christmas night, and we were just waiting or whatever, or Christmas Eve night. And then we just stayed up all night. We couldn't sleep. And then we just heard like our uncle and aunt, or my uncle and aunt, I guess, coming out of the room, and they were putting gifts underneath the tree. And then when we heard their door close, we waited a couple minutes and we went outside. We saw all the presents. And that's when I kind of realized that, yeah, man, Santa's not real.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So let me continue on to this list. I didn't really finish. I thought going in to asking you that question would be good, because they were talking about how Santa, it's possible that he could go all around the world and do this, but it would be really hard. So, yeah. All right, so number 7. In Armenia, the traditional Christmas Eve meal consists of fried fish, lettuce, and spinach. Many Armenians fast for a week before the Christmas Eve. Wow.
Wow.
That's why, in order not to stress the stomach, the menu for the Christmas dinner is pretty light.
Didn't know that.
Neither did I. So Japanese people, this is number 8, Japanese people traditionally eat a KFC for dinner. What?
What?
Although the percentage of Christian people in Japan is close to 0, every Christmas, kids and grown-ups head to the closest KFC to enjoy some fried chicken. Wow. I really want to go to Japan. So I love Japan and Japanese people. The closest food to turkey that you can get in Japan. Okay, so that's why they eat KFC, because it's the closest food they could get to turkey. That's interesting. It's also thanks to a successful Kentucky for Christmas marketing campaign in 1947. First aimed at foreigners, KFC offered a Christmas dinner that contained chicken and wine, a meal that remotely resembled the food expats and tourists had at home. After a huge success, Kentucky Fried Chicken started promoting this offer every year until the fast food chain became strongly associated with the holiday season. Wow. And they have like a little advertising flyer here.
Oh, wow.
That is interesting. Oh. Number 9. The Xmas in Xmas doesn't take Christ out of Christmas. Xmas is a common abbreviation of the word Christmas. However, some people think that this spelling is not right because it takes the Christ out of Christmas. Don't worry, no one is taking the Christ anywhere. In the Greek alphabet, the letter X, chi, is the first letter of the Greek word for Christmas, or Christos. Number 10. The first artificial Christmas tree wasn't a tree at all. It was created out of goose feathers that were dyed green. The first artificial Christmas tree were developed in Germany in the 19th century due to a major continuous deforestation. The feather trees became increasingly popular during the early 20th century and finally made their way to the U.S. 11, Iceland. Okay, so number 11 is about Iceland. So it says, Iceland has 13 Santas and an old lady who kidnaps children. Christmas in Iceland is a colorful fusion of religion, fairy tales, and folklore. Instead of one Santa, the kids are visited by 13 Yule lads that either reward children for good behavior or punish them if they were naughty. The holiday period begins 13 days before Christmas, and each one of the 13 Yule lads comes to houses and fills the shoes that kids leave under the Christmas tree earlier with sweets and small gifts or rotting potatoes, depending on how that particular child has behaved on the preceding day. That's crazy. The mother of Yule Lad's half troll, half beast, horrifying old woman, Gryla, kidnaps naughty kids and boils them in her cauldron. Wow. So if I was a kid growing up in Iceland and I was told that, oh my, I would be horrified. I'd be on my best behavior. I definitely wouldn't be. I guess that was the point, but dang, I would probably have nightmares.
Wow, scary.
Old lady trying to boil me?
Right?
Man. All right, number 12, last one. In Germany, Helagabend. I think I probably butchered that like a mother. Or Christmas Eve is said to be a magical time when the pure in heart can hear animals talking. They can also see that rivers turn into wine, Christmas trees blossom, bear fruit. Mountains open, revealing gems hidden inside the bell ringing can be heard from the bottom of the sea. Okay, well, that was the last one. That was 12 fun Christmas facts. So, now you guys, now you know. So when you guys are at home listening to this on Christmas or Christmas Eve, you guys could share some of these 12 facts with your family. All right. So here's a list. Next segment is going to be a list of songs, the best Christmas songs of all time. So we are going to just do the top 5. So weighing in at number 5, it's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas by Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé? I don't know. Bublé? Has done it again. Listening to this Christmas hit, it is the best way to start out the season. Number 4. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Harry Connick Jr. There are so many versions of this Christmas classic, but we think Harry Connick Jr. does it best. Number 3, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus by Jackson 5. Jimmy Boyd's original version of this song is great, but Jackson 5's catchy cover will have everyone singing along to the funky beats. And number 2, Last Christmas by Wham. This pop tune is the kind of Christmas song you can sing in the shower, or is that just me? Released in 1984, it didn't top the charts until 2017. Number 1, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. This track, which is the best-selling modern-day Christmas song of all time, has earned Mariah Carey the title Queen of Christmas. Do you have any favorite Christmas songs that you love to hear every Christmas, like that are must-hears for Christmas?
Not that I can think of. I'll say the one I hear the most. I think the one I hear the most is the one from Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a banger right there for sure. I like that one too. Mariah Carey can hit them high notes.
Exactly, yeah.
I have to listen to The Grinch as well. That's just me. I'm a huge Grinch fan. All right. So
I saw something somewhere where.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we go, I saw something somewhere where you could someone took like a cool picture with the Grinch for their birthday or something. I wish I would have saved that, knowing you were a big Grinch fan.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Last year, me and Joanna, we went to Universal Studios and we saw the Grinchmas play that they put on there, and I also we took pictures with the Grinch, and that dude is like, his impersonation of Jim Carrey's Grinch is on point. Like, he sounds just like him. It's awesome. But yeah, I love that going to Universal Studios and seeing the Grinch there.
I bet. I love Universal
Hell
Studios.
yeah. Speaking of, I want to go jump back a little bit because I remember when I was telling the Christmas story about how I kind of discovered that Santa wasn't really real. So that night when we were shopping for Christmas presents at Toys R Us, we had came out and there was a news reporter, like, I guess trying to ask people if they wanted to be interviewed. And when we came out, he saw us with like big handfuls of bags of Christmas presents. So he interviews us and he's talking to my uncle and my aunt at the time. And he asked them some questions, but I remember watching the Disney Channel as a kid, and there was a show called Boy Meets World, and Eric, he would jump and like he'd be like, "Mr. Payday, Mr. Payday," and so I started doing that on my aunt and uncle's shoulders. I was like jumping up and down.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah, I was jumping up and down because I was so small. Like the cameras couldn't see me because I was behind them. It was like, I'm on TV, Mr. Payday, and like the people in the newsroom wanted the news reporter or whatever to talk to me, and like they put the microphone up to me and they started asking me these questions, and I was talking to him. It was funny. But they thought I was like the cutest thing ever. It was funny. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you.
I love that show, Boy Meets World.
All right, we got 2 more things and then we're going to get out of here. I know you're about to open Christmas gifts. I don't want to keep you away from your family. But I really do appreciate you for, spending your Christmas with me. So it really means the world to me. And I hope maybe we could do it again next year, That'd be awesome.
Maybe start our own tradition with it.
Heck yeah. So here are the 40 best Christmas movies of all time. We're just going to get into probably like 10. So let me scroll down to number 10. So number 10, A Christmas Carol. Still the finest adaptation of Charles Dickens' legendary tale, the superb 1951 feature charts the familiar Christmas Eve ordeal of nasty miser Ebenezer Scrooge, who visited by the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. This one has Alastair Sim. I don't know. This guy is before my time, so I might have seen this one time. But I do like the one with Jim Carrey. That's a good one as well. All right.
Jim Carrey's cool.
Yes, I love Jim Carrey. Huge fan. Okay, so number 9 is The Muppet Christmas Carol. So Jim Henson died during the pre-production of this 1992 film, but his spirit lives on in its shameless blend of zaniness and heart, both of which help make this musical Dickens adaptation underrated. Number 8, Bad Santa. I have Bad Santa. This is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Billy Bob Thornton's thieving department store Santa injects some nasty deviancy into uproarious, I could read, y'all, I promise, black comedy from director Terry Zigwoff. Number 7 is Miracle on 34th Street. You can't go wrong with the perennial Christmas staple about the trial of a man claiming to be Santa Claus. The original is great, but the 1994 remake starring Richard Attenborough, and Mara Wilson is pretty good too. Number 6 is Scrooged. So rifling on Dickens, Bill Murray is an arrogant and thoughtless TV executive who, while planning to stage a live production of A Christmas Carol, winds up living out a crazed vacation of that very story in Richard Donner's amusing update. 5, Home Alone, one of my favorites right here.
Right, I love Home Alone.
Macaulay Culkin, there you go, is forgotten by his family and forced to battle a couple of dim-wit thieves, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, around Christmas in this enduring children's adventure from director Chris Columbus and writer John Hughes. I love Chris Columbus. He made the Harry Potter movies as well. Um, but yeah, Home Alone is definitely one I have to watch every year. Actually,
Exactly, that's one we watch every year.
yeah, I'm gonna have to buy that today. That's my Christmas gift to myself. Number 4, White Christmas, featuring a new version of the song from which the film gets its title and which was originally sung by star Bing Crosby in Holiday Inn. This 1954 musical feature Crosby and Danny Kaye as music act partners who team up with two sisters, Rosemary Clooney and Vera Ellen, to help their former military comrade save his Vermont lodge. Number 3, A Christmas Story. 9 years after Black Christmas, director Bob Clark made another holiday classic, albeit of a very different sort. With this beloved nostalgia-soaked saga of 9-year-old Ralphie Parker, Peter Billingsley, who wants nothing more for Christmas than an air rifle. If you have cable, it'll no doubt be playing on a 24 loop on some Turner network this December 25th. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is at number 2. Rarely has a series' third installment been the equal of its two predecessors, but such is in the case with the threequel involving Clark, Chevy Chase, Ellen, Beverly D'Angelo, Audrey, Juliette Lewis, and Rusty Griswold's Johnny Galecki mishap beside family get-together. Number 1, can you guess what it is, fam? No, it is. It's A Wonderful Life. Few films define Christmas like Frank Capra's 1946 fantasy starring Jimmy Stewart as George Bailey, who, on the verge of committing suicide, is visited by an angel who shows him the true importance of his life. Wow. I'm going to have to check that one out. I think that sounds familiar, but it'd been a while probably since I seen it. I'm going to have to check that one out when after we're done with this podcast. All right, so I don't know about you, but my phone is dying. You know what? Let's actually save it. We'll probably do it next Christmas. This has been Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. I've been B-Rad G, your host, and my co-host over here,
Tyler.
I'm going to let her... Yes, go ahead.
Tyler Blake Florez.
That's right. And I'm going to let her promote all her social medias right now. So go ahead.
So lately in the last week, as we mentioned earlier in this podcast, I did get a PS4. I started up a new YouTube channel called Twins for Games. You can check me out on YouTube. I am working on a page for that, and hopefully I did start an Instagram, the same name. I am working on my journeys with my whole trans and stuff, so I do have a Tyler page for that. I will get more into that later on. But that's all the social media I do have at the moment right now and what I'm currently working on.
Heck yes. Thank you so much for being my second guest on the show. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas with your family. And yeah, man, thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much. And I hope you have a great holiday and Christmas with your family and your loved ones too.
Thank you. I will talk to you next time, my friend.
Bye.
Bye. Crack a brew. If you would like to write into the show, you could write in at crackabrewandsmokeafew@gmail.com. If you'd like to reach us on Facebook, you can search us by Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few. SoundCloud, Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few. Twitter, at CBSF Podcasts. YouTube, Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. Snapchat, CBSF Podcasts. Instagram, Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. And yeah, man, if you'd like to check out my music, you could go to Young Bradley TV on YouTube. You could check out my website at youngbradley.net. I'm on SoundCloud as well, Young Bradley. If you're a Pokemon fan, you can always subscribe to me at Pokemon Trainer, one word, on YouTube. Or if you're having a hard time finding it, just type in Pokemon Yellow Walkthrough Pokemon Trainer, one word, Pokemon Trainer.